The Brothers Lot, just to put it in a little bit of context, is my satiric take on religious education and the larger culture behind it in Ireland in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and all the stuff that we know from the newspapers were going on with it. I kind of went another avenue rather than just do a catalogue of nastiness. I just went for the ridiculous. So the Brothers Lot tells the story of the Brothers of Godly Coercion School for young boys of meager means. It charts the brothers' collective madness, their quest to have their founder, the Venerable Saorseach O'Rahilly, become a saint, and the obtuse and troublesome resistance that every single boy in the school puts in their way at every single opportunity they get. First little piece I'd like to read is what the boys are subjected to on the centenary anniversary of Saorseach O'Rahilly's death. First they're made to listen to his entire biography. Then they go and they are forced to watch the same biography acted out in this clumsy pageant. And then they go for a long celebratory mass. So I just want to give you little snippets of the biography. Venerable Saorseach O'Rahilly was born in Dunbally in 1811. The first of two sons to Cathal and Bridget O'Rahilly. Cathal was a well-respected and successful grain merchant. The young Saorseach was educated at home by his mother, an unusually pious woman given to ecstatic visions. Despite her piousness, the evils of laudanum often tempted her. And when she gave in to these cravings, she would be plunged into bouts of anguished penance and self-mortification. On one occasion, Cathal had to call the Bishop of Dervish and Ossory to the house to restrain her, for fear she would cause herself mortal harm with a horsewhip. These instances made a strong impression on the young Saorseach. Saorseach's father Cathal was often away from home, conducting his business in the distant, thriving towns of Dunmoise and Roth Aughrim. When Saorseach was 18, his younger brother Bartholomew ran away to sea. Bridget O'Rahilly went into precipitous decline after this, and spent much of her time roaming the gardens of the O'Rahilly domain in search of the leprechauns, whom she believed had taken her son. On these wanderings, she carried with her a bag of gold sovereigns, with which to ransom Bartholomew if she should come across the little people. Ultimately, this would prove to be her undoing. On and on it droned, Bridget having her head staved in by persons unknown, and a bag of sovereigns stolen from her. The widowed Cathal taking first to the drink and then to religion, his conviction that the famine was the punishment from God on the locals who had killed his wife, and his bloody-minded insistence on continuing to export grain to England while those around him wasted away. Saorseach's apprenticeship to a merchant in Dublin, his slide into dissolution, and his eventual reformation. All of it washed over the boys like so much mind-numbing sludge. When it finally ended, there was such a huge sense of relief that even the decade of the Rosary for the prompt beatification of the Venerable Saorseach O'Rahilly could not entirely dampen.